right, so I'm here to give my reaction. Yesterday night, yesterday night, I said specifically that I knew that looking at the astrology, looking at everything, follow my intuition, my gut, my hunch feeling, I knew that 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 something major was going to happen today. And luckily, it wasn't a negative thing that happened. It was actually a positive thing. I was watching a bunch of church sermons this morning. So I was pretty preoccupied with watching church and all that. And then, literally 5 minutes ago, I got the news. Now, when I was popping on Twitter, when I was popping in and out and on Twitter, I did see. Okay, we should be back. Okay, so for obvious reasons, when I was popping in and out of Twitter this morning, I did not see Joe Biden's name trending, but now on Twitter it is. So I think he did the best he could. I had a strong feeling yesterday night, like really, really strong, that something was going to go down. And I was hoping and praying to God that it would be positive and not like some other kind of, tragic event or some kind of, dangerous hoopla. So this is the best decision that I think America has ever done in God knows how long. There's so many reasons, right? There's literally so many reasons, guys, as to why. Well, obviously, I don't know who Kamala is going to pick for her VP spot, because obviously, if she becomes officially the Democratic presidential nominee, officially, then as a process goes along, I'm assuming that she'll be able to and have a chance to pick her own vice president pick. There's been a lot of people who are trolls and haters talking about Hillary Clinton, which, that ship has sailed. Hillary is also another Scorpio, just like Biden. Kamala is a Libra, for those who are astrology bluffs like myself. And, we like to look at the ins and outs of people's sun signs and how it affects their personality, and, what policy are they behind, and what do they stand for? What could their, presidency look like? And I don't have any problems with Hillary. You see what I'm saying? Like, on a personal level, I've seen her at rallies when she was running against Trump, and I saw Obama in his second term. I believe when he was running for his second term, I went to one of his speech rallies, and I mean, the guy is like a gem. Okay, the guy is amazing. Obama, I'm talking about. So if Obama, I don't know. I'm guessing that I'm sure he could be one of the influences that told Biden, hey, you're getting sick, you're getting tired. Let's hang it up and, throw our hat in a different direction. I think that Biden really fought clearly tooth and nail. He was telling all the media outlets, he was on stage telling people that I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying, I'm staying, I'm staying. And I think that, I guess that virus that he caught, which is still around, guys, wear your mask, wash your hands with hot water for 60 seconds, because people are still dying from the virus. People still are catching the virus. There's still a lot of nasty stomach flus and congestion going around. So, that is alive and well, unfortunately. And so I think that maybe that was the final nail in the coffin. You know what I'm saying? Like, Biden was on a decline, he was on a steady decline. And it does seem like a lot of astrologers as well and information I was researching, they were saying that, his chart looks pretty messy. Trump's chart looks messy. So both of them, both the original candidates, their charts and what they have going on around them and what they're, caught up in was just messy. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy. I think it's a great decision. I think that if Kamala and not even Kamala, if America, let's get it right. If America can use the little brain cells they have left and actually get this woman in the Oval Office, that would be probably the best thing that America's done, besides Obama in the millennia. Okay, easily, easily, easily. It's better than Trump. It's always gonna be better than Trump, and you know, God bless and see you on the way out. You see what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, whatever. Someone tried to take his life. Okay, he survived. So what? Let's move on. I've been moved on from that, and he didn't garner any sympathy from me. He's still a convicted felon. He still brought, this plague on our land. He inherited what Obama built and tried to put his name on it. And I don't respect that. I'm never going to respect that. So Trump should be nowhere near the Oval Office. That's pretty self-explanatory. Even conservatives agree with that. So, and the only reason why they're bandwagon now is because they want a spot in his make-believe candidate cabinet. And, that's not going to happen. So, um, for a lot of reasons, especially for women, woman, like that should be like common sense. You see what I'm saying? Like women's issues should be at the forefront, and then next and third should be, our international security, our borders, things of that nature. And then, of course, debt, student debt, because student debt really, really boggles down women especially. So we need women that are going to be, making better legislative choices and calls to empower and help women. They're talking all about, there's the birth rates decline. But for a country that's so rich and is supposed to be, so on top of the world, the things that employers or that most women are getting when they are pregnant is nothing in comparison, if it even exists. You see what I'm saying? And so only a woman would understand that. Only a woman's going to understand a lot of these health challenges, financial burdens of trying to better yourself. Only a woman is really going to understand a woman's body, really. So people talking about, yesterday they were so desperate. They kept saying, oh, Hillary, Hillary, Hillary. And, we knew that it wasn't Hillary. Like, I knew that it wasn't Hillary that was going to take over. Now they're trying to say, oh, is she going to be the VP? Now Michelle Obama is like disappeared, but Michelle Obama was never running for president. So a lot of people that I, cross, like, having, like when you're like out shopping and you have these random conversation people, and a lot of men especially were saying that they would write in Michelle Obama. They wanted to write in Michelle, but Michelle was not running. So I hope they take the same energy that they have for Michelle and that they could put down Kamala, because Kamala is as close as you're going to get. You know what I'm saying? It's as close as you're going to get. And I don't know. I don't know about the whole thing with Hillary being VP. If she wants to be Kamala's VP, have at it. I have no objections to that. I have no objections whatsoever. But, America is behind. That's what I want to say, guys. America is behind on racial issues, on feminine issues, on family issues, on pay issues, our economy, you name it. We are very, 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 very far behind. Other countries have already had a woman leadership, have had women prime ministers and women politicians that are at the top of the food chain. America is so far behind. America is so, 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 so far behind. Bernie would be just as good, in my opinion, but I don't think that they'd ever let Bernie in because he's far left. Bernie is very far left, but his policies are pretty good. The universal, trying to adapt the whole universal healthcare model is fabulous. But unfortunately for Bernie, the times he tried to run and, he should have got it. And, it's just a lot of, when Hillary was a part of the mix with Bernie, it was never going to go in his favor. I think we all knew that. So Bernie would be just as good. Like if they were actually being like fair and they said, okay, let's like have people try out or like compete or run or, do all these rallies and stuff, like Bernie could, sweep it just as easy. But I don't think that they're going to put Bernie in because he's so far left. And if Trump is still going to be running as well as the opposite party's candidate, you can't have two extremes. Having two extremes really never really works out. So you need a good balance. You need a balance between somebody who is, more moderate, and then I guess the other party is like super extreme. But for women, if you're a woman, you need to be voting blue. Okay, like there's really no debate there. For your children's children, for your daughter's daughters, you need to be voting for women. That to me is like, if you don't want to vote for a woman and you're a woman, like something is clearly, wrong with you, because that means that you probably are really, I can't say what I want to say without it sounding mean, so I'm not going to say it. But basically, that means that you don't really value yourself, you don't really value your life, you don't value your choices, you don't value your freedoms. And as a woman, you have to value those things because those things can't be taken away. So Project 2025 is very real. No matter how many times Trump says Project 2025 is not real, the shit's real. It's real. It's real. It's real. And if men can step up and say, we're gonna support her, we're gonna vote for whoever, especially if it's a woman, we're gonna step up and support her, then why would a woman not do the same thing? Why would a woman not step up and say, okay, we're gonna take them for the team and we're gonna give her a go and support her? Like, you've supported Biden and he's like, what, 81 years old? Like, the least you can do is support a woman who, I believe Kamala was raised by a single mom, was she not? Like, at some point in her life, wasn't she like raised by a single mom? And look how far she's gotten. Look how far she's come. I mean, that is like, wow. And yeah, it is a little sketchy that, Hillary, everybody thought that Hillary was going to be the one to be the first female president, but or woman, I want to say, but they say female president, but that didn't happen for her. And I don't know. I think that them putting Hillary in the conversation, I think, is a bit much because, like, she's been there, done that, guys. She's campaigned for her own stuff. She was there with her, she was there when her husband Bill Clinton was president. She's done a lot of service. She's been around the block. She's lived in Washington. She's been there, done that. But I think that the likes of Hillary would be over the moon. If Kamala is able to pull this off, which I believe she will, and the Simpsons already predicted different things with Trump and with Kamala. I saw a lot of astrologers that I, on a personal level that I connect with, that, tweet things here and there and whatever else. They were saying that her chart looks extremely good and looks the brightest, even past Biden, past Trump. Like, she is the one, guys. I'm telling you, she like, I have no doubt in my mind. I have no doubt in my mind that if Americans are serious about equality, about safety, about issues that are real and matter, they will vote for Kamala Harris and whoever her VP pick is. I have no doubt about that. Okay. The only way that, she wouldn't pass that line and become the first woman president of the United States of America is if, I don't know. I don't know. Unless they don't want a woman, the obvious, or, people just didn't go out and vote. So if you can vote, you need to vote. You need to register to vote. You need to get on top of that because, we cannot afford, guys, to be losing any votes in November. Okay. So I know a lot of people at the beginning of the year, especially, like, certain celebrity voices were saying, I don't like Trump. I don't like Biden. I'm not voting for neither. Well, guess what? Biden's not the ticket now. Biden is not the leader now. So now you have no excuse but to register to vote. Now you have no excuse, guys. You have no excuse. So all the rhetoric rhetoric about I'm gonna stay home, which, a lot of us have said, I'm tired, it's rigged, it's this, it's that. Well, do you want that meatball and that orange monkey in the Oval Office? I don't. So if you don't want the meatball and the orange monkey in the White House, and to give us another virus, and to have our allies and enemies hate us even more, then you need to vote blue. You need to vote for a Democrat. You need to vote for Kamala, period. There's no debate. There's no debate. If you want to be able to, men to be able to have sex and keep getting sex, you need to vote blue in November, because if you vote red in November, you're not going to get no sex. You're not going to get no babies, no sex, no woman, no wives, nothing. You're not going to get nothing, because women are tired of that. Women need better. We deserve better. And so, yeah, this is the best thing that could happen. And I'm not saying that on the heels of Biden. I'm taking Biden out of the equation. You know what I'm saying? Like, his health was already declining. Everybody can see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I think he was able to still carry on if he really wanted to? Of course. Of course. But his age, you know what I'm saying? The stuff with his son, Hunter Biden. I think for a lot of factors, he already served 4 years. I believe he's 81 years old. Like, does he really need to prove himself? Does he really need to, get back out there and rally the troops? No, he doesn't need to. So there was some more conservative news outlets that I was hearing that was saying that I don't know if this is true. I'm pretty sure it's probably not 1,000% true, but they were trying to say that, oh, all of, like, the money or leftover money that he has, allegedly only Kamala can have it. So, I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know if that's true or not. But if that's true, then guess what, guys? We have to support her. We have to support her. We have to support the policies. We have to. I mean, this is about the policies, guys. Let's stay focused here. This is about policy. This is about the Supreme Court. Okay. Now that Biden is out the way, I don't see any excuse. I don't see any excuse. Okay. People that don't have to worry about, being sexually assaulted and all that, they're not gonna vote blue. Why would they vote blue? But as a young woman, and being in this brutal world, this violent country, we need all the woman support we can get. You know what I'm saying? We need all the woman leadership we can get. And they rejected Hillary. They went with the orange turd, and look what happened. So we can't mess this up, guys. We can't mess this up. We have to vote for Kamala. Period. We have to vote for her, to get behind her. That party and what they stand for is a lot better than what the other party is standing for right now, in my opinion. And they're not helping women, they're only hurting women, because trying to get rid of contraception and everything else, which is what the red party is doing, which is what Trump would be doing with his with Vance, that's not for women empowerment. That's actually to put us back in the so-called kitchen. And as far as I could see, women are already in the kitchen. We're everywhere. We're in the workplace. We're in the kitchen. We're raising babies. We're cooking. We're cleaning. We're working out. We have our own companies now. We're business owners. We're entrepreneurs. Women are everywhere. And what the other party wants to do is suppress our voice. They're not for the working class. They're not for women. They're not for equality. It's all about their pockets and their donors' interests. Elon is reportedly putting over 40 million, I was almost going to say something else, but 42 million smackaroonies into Trump's pocket. And why do you think that is? And look at how he treats his woman. Look at how he impregnates his employees. They're archaic, guys. They're not for women. So, you women out here where, you have a partner pressuring you to vote red, they hate you, okay? They hate you real bad, and they're trying to keep you in, the ancient days. They don't want to see you progress. They don't want to see you rise up the ranks. And I think Kamala is our best shot. So regardless of her being a woman, being highly educated, beautiful, a great articulate speaker, a great upgrade from Biden, if I must say so myself. I think there's been a couple times that Biden has even called Kamala the president when she wasn't, the nominee. or could be the nominee, officially. There was many times where he called her president when he was the president. So imagine that, guys. Imagine that. So the reality is Biden did the best he could, I'm sure. There's still work to be done. But the reality is that somehow, some way, whether they forced him or he just conceded, I don't really care, nor do I know. I haven't watched the news. Like I said, I was watching some sermons this morning to get my my spiritual improvement. I was it's Sunday, so I was listening to spiritual things and cleaning and all that. I wasn't like watching the TV. So I found this out through a relative, and then from the relative, I went to Twitter and I saw that Joe Biden released a letter. So good for him. He has made a lot of progress. There's obviously a lot of economic issues. I think that everybody that's going to be voting in November, that has the guts to vote in November, is going to be focused on the economy, is going to be focused on our security. I know I am. And so I think it's time for a fresh face. Even when Biden was running, I was saying to myself, a lot of people were saying, we don't want a repeat. We don't want Biden and Trump again. We don't want the same candidates. We want somebody fresh. We want somebody new. We want somebody who is fresh, is exciting, is something to look forward to. And it's unfortunate to say, guys, but there's a lot of men who they hate women. You know what I'm saying? They hate women. They can't conceptualize the idea of women, besides laying on their back. They can't believe that there's women that exist in this country, especially in America, that have not screwed their way to the top, or that don't need to screw their way to the top, that actually have a brain, that actually are intelligent. And I think Kamala, just like President Obama was, I think Kamala is a shining, amazing example of what you can do when you work hard. And so what's not to love? There's so much to dislike about Trump. There's so much that I can't even stomach about Trump. And just to remind you guys, the VP of Trump, which is Vance, whatever, he said that Trump is Hitler. He said that Trump is America's Hitler. Now, you can't take that back. He was a never Trumper. He never liked Trump. And then all of a sudden he changed his tune. And I told you guys why they're changing their tune, because they're subservient, because they're weak. They're weak-minded. And there's no way you're going to call somebody or relate somebody to Hitler and then drop that ball and then make smiley face and pat backs and rub shoulders and bump elbows. There's no way that reality exists. If the man said that he was a threat to our country and he's like the American Hitler, which from the footage it really does look like that. If your own VP says that about you, I mean, you can't be trusted, guys. And if you are a conservative watching, you can't trust Trump. You know what I'm saying? That bastard shouldn't be back in the Oval Office. You and I both know that. So do the right thing. If you're not gonna vote, okay, don't vote at all. But let me tell you, this country's on the line. And once again, like, sadly to say it, once again, it takes a black woman. Every time there's an issue, every time there's major issues, who do they call? A black woman. They called a black man when we had the housing crisis and the economy was downtrodden. Who did they call up? Obama, and twice, 2 terms, 8 years, 4 years apiece, 8 years. So, am I surprised? No. Am I a little stunned that they were able to convince Biden to step down? Yes, because Biden kept saying that I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. And where is he now? He's going somewhere. So he's out, and he's passed the baton to Kamala. And I think that it's every American's duty to vote for the person who's more qualified, and stable and sane, which Trump is none of those things. Okay, he's a narcissist. He's obsessed with himself. He's a felon. He's a convicted felon. Why would I vote for a convicted felon, guys? Why would I do that? Even if I was conservative, right? And let's say in a parallel dimension, which would never happen, but let's say hypothetically, right? I was for the red team. I still wouldn't vote for his bastard ass. I still wouldn't vote for Trump. Okay, I still wouldn't vote for his ass because nothing that he represents is what I believe, where I stand for. I don't believe in his rhetoric. I don't believe in his aggression. I don't believe in him assaulting women. And every real man, and I'm going to say this, every real man is going to vote for the blue ticket. And that I can assure you. Every real man who believes in real equality and wants what's best and progressive and forward and positive for America is gonna vote for Kamala. If she is officially the head of the ticket, they're gonna vote for her and any VP pick that she chooses. And that's just that. And all the men who are misogynistic and like I said, they want to suppress us, control our bodies, they're gonna vote for the other team. And so if your boyfriend or your husband is voting for the other team, may want to check out, may want to investigate that because I wouldn't be marrying nobody that would ever vote for Trump and would continue to vote for Trump after all the hell he's put our country through and the drama, the cynical drama and the complete just mayhem. Why would you want that, guys? Why would you want somebody like that back in the Oval Office who's so dangerous? Why would you want that? So we don't have a choice, you know what I'm saying? We don't have but a choice to, kiss and wave goodbye to Biden and to embrace a fresh face. And, she's tested and tried. She was the vice president. And I think it just makes sense. I mean, I know this sounds funny, but not to like harp on this, but, I have seen other Simpsons episodes. And, they had Lisa with the big pearls around her neck. And, Kamala does wear a lot of pearls. And the lady had like a purple suit or something. They were showing one episode where she had like a purple suit. And I think Kamala, when she was sworn in, well, she wears a lot of purple actually. So I think it's written in the stars, guys. What do you think? I think it's written in the stars. I think Kamala is our next president. If people don't drop the ball and they're not sexist and misogynistic and racist, which America really is, if they can turn a new page and turn a new leaf and go back to when days were, I mean, I don't want to make this video too long, but I gotta say this, because this is history. This is, well, her story, right? Her story. This is pretty big news, right? I remember when Obama was president, both terms. And, I never saw, a non-person of ethnic background say anything nasty about Obama. And they were Republicans. Everybody loved Obama. Most people loved Obama, except people that are obviously racist. But everybody else was rooting for him and loved him and saw how classy and how exceptional, Obama was. And so I can recount those days where we didn't have all these, gender issues and race issues. Like we didn't have that, before Trump. We didn't have that, guys. So we have to look back on what, as Kamala says, unburdened by what as Kamala says, unburdened by what has been. That's her go-to line. But as shitty, yeah, as shitty as America has been, I would be very proud to be living in a country for once that hopefully is trying to be better, is hopefully trying to instill some kind of hope. It would be great. It'd be phenomenal if I could be living alive in a time where America is finally, where it should be. You know what I'm saying? Like other major countries have already had a woman in power. You know what I'm saying? America is behind, guys. We're behind. And so, think about your daughters. When you vote in November, guys, think about what you want the future to look like. Do you want the future to look like arrogant Trump and his cronies? Or do you want the future to look like equality, a new horizon, a new day, a new dawn? What do you want, America? That's how I see it. Do you want more of the past, more of the combative, ugly, disgusting past? Or do you want something fresh? Do you want something exhilarating? Do you want something positive? I mean, a woman have done so much for this, especially, of course, I have to say a Black woman, ethnic woman, have broken the glass ceiling? Have we finally done it? I think so. We have led the brigade. Black women are the most educated. I gotta state facts, y'all. We're if not one of the most hardworking groups of women, that if not the hardest, next to Hispanics and Asians, and then you know the rest kind of fall underneath. But you get what I'm trying to say, right? We have carved that path. It's us that have done it. It's us that have done it. And so if you're voting for anything other than that vision, then I don't know where you're what world you want to live in. But I know what world I want to live in. I want to live in a world where women can do anything and be anything. And young girls, looking at the TV, you know, why would you want to see Trump on there? Why would you want to see a man so evil like that on there? I want to see Kamala. I want to see, and if it ain't Kamala, okay, Hillary, F it. Okay, the next lady, whoever else, whoever's up. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need something positive. We need something exhilarating. We need something fresh, guys. We need something that is inspiring, inspiring. And women are a big part of the workforce. We have a lot has changed, guys. A lot has changed, and going back to a little bit to the Obama thing, when Obama was president for those 2 terms, I recount some of the best days of my life, and I could be around, Caucasian, Black, Asian, Hispanic, Indian, you name it, what I'm saying? And we were all getting along. And then here comes Trump, and they called it white lash. Trump was the white lash for the 2 terms of Obama. What I'm saying? And that's just the reality. It was white lash. They called it white lash. And unfortunately, a lot of Caucasian women were gutted and cooped into voting for him. And then when they voted for him, they saw how much of an asshole he was. And now they're trying to get rid of him. And they can't. And he's back again. So you guys have to vote correctly, okay? If you're going to vote for the same nonsense and then you're going to expect a different result, just look at the other 4 years of chaos that Trump put us through. Do you want more of that? I don't want more of that. When it was Biden versus Trump, I wasn't too hung up on voting. I got to be honest. I wasn't excited. I'm not really for it, but the policies and the Supreme Court, and all the other important things we have to keep and hold, I was willing to vote for Biden because, we're not going to give up that Supreme Court. We're not doing it, guys. We got to vote. Okay. So register to vote today. What I'm saying? Register to vote. And whoever is the VP of Kamala, we must support. It's just that simple. If we want more problems with our allies and we want to have more chaos than peace, then you're going to go the other way. But I don't want a felon as my president. And that's what he is. He's a felon. I don't want a felon. Okay? I don't want a felon. I don't want a felon as my president. Okay? And there's already going to be a bunch of assholes who are already going to vote for him. So don't add to the nonsense, right? Like, don't add the fuel to the fire if you already know there's going to be a heavy population that is, uber evangelical Christian, uber, worshiping Trump. Like, you already know those people exist. So why would you add to that? You see what I'm saying? So yeah, the issue's important to me is, getting our economy back on track, and tackling inflation, student debt, making sure we can keep and have forever our contraception, our right to choose for our own bodies, our own body autonomy. These are the issues that I think about, especially security. Security is always something that I vote on. But I can't vote for Trump. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. So the reality is, guys, like I said, taking Biden out of the equation, it's not an L for Biden, it's not a loss for Biden. You know what I'm saying? He wisened up, and I think that his health was declining. Sadly, yes, I think Biden's health was declining. And somebody must have said to him, listen, we can show you, because he said the only way he said he was going to back out, from what I heard one time that Biden said, was that if they could prove in other stats and polls and stuff that Kamala was able to beat Trump. That's what I heard him say. So I don't know where that key piece of data or information is floating out in the atmosphere. I don't know where it's at, but I have seen a couple polls that have said that she would be leading by 3 or 4 points, and that's all you need. Listen, you don't need to have some crazy landslide. All you need to do is withhold the things you do have, and to keep the power you do have. You don't have to have this blowout, oh my God, the whole country voted. You don't need to have that to win, to be the next president. You don't need to have that, guys. So yeah, any woman that are now voting for, the side that's trying to protect our rights, something's wrong there. If you're a woman and you would vote against your choice, something's wrong there. Okay. So every woman in America, and I mean every, should be voting by the droves for blue. That's just common sense to me. And if they're not doing that, then they must hate themselves. They're obviously brainwashed. They're probably in an abusive marriage or something, because I don't know. But anyway, not to be rude, but how could you not? You know what I'm saying? Like, you've never had a woman be president. You've never had it. So the one time you had it before, you blew it, America. You blew it. You blew it majorly. And now you got the chance again, potentially, okay? And you're going to blow it again? I don't think so. I'm not going to let it be blown again. So, you know where I stand. If you're watching, if you watch the whole video up to this point, you clearly know where I stand and what I think. And I think that it's time for something fresh, for something new. We saw the UK election, we saw the France election. Everybody's done their part. The world is waiting for America to do the right thing. And you know what the right thing is? The right thing is to not vote for Trump. That, you know that, and I know that. That is the way we get out of this dark age, is voting for hope, voting for prosperity, voting for an economic upturn, upswing, in the right direction. And if Kamala is officially, the nominee for the Blue Party, she's highly qualified, guys. She's fucking highly qualified. And I can guarantee you that, because Obama, and I hate to put, skin relations in it, but come on, let's be real. Obama was the first black president. And I remember when Obama went those were the good days, man. Like I said, I don't recall any and I'm not like up north. I'm not even on the West Coast. I'm on the East Coast currently, and I'm telling you, like, when Obama was president, we didn't have these race issues. Everybody was prospering, everybody was happy. I don't recall a dark day, a bad day, you know what I'm saying? And so I remember there was times where people were worried that he was going to get taken out because of the race card. He's the first black president. Is he going to make it? Is he even going to survive one whole term? And by the grace of God, he went on to 2 terms and did a phenomenal job. And we're so, America was like blessed. When Obama came out of nowhere to throw his hat in to be president, that was like such a gift. And even Republicans, highly respect him, highly respect Obama. And I think that Obama, common sense, guys, Kamala would be the first woman of black and Asian descent. You don't think that Obama's gonna help her? I think so. Or Michelle or somebody. You don't think that someone's gonna calm her nerves? Because yeah, people are crazy. We saw what happened to Trump. People can want to take you out of here. So it just makes sense, guys. It just makes sense. We had the Trump came in and turned the country into a mob, and Biden has tried to do the best he could on the heels of COVID, and America is in a very, very bottomless pit. The way that I see it. And the way that I see it is, how do you get out of that pit? How do you restore prosperity? How do you restore hope? Well, this is how you do it. You restore it with a person like Kamala Harris. And anybody else that she picks. Anybody else that she picks for her cabinet, for her VP, I have full confidence in them. I don't know who the heck it would be. it obviously ain't gonna be Biden because Biden is sick as a dog and he needs to rest. He's 81 years old, right? Or 80 something years older. Either 79, 80, 81. I don't know, but I think he's 81 from what I saw. But if he's not 81, then my apologies. But I have full confidence that anybody she picks is competent. The VP pick for Trump, I don't even like him. I don't even know him really. But from what I heard, he called Trump Hitler. So I'm definitely not voting for somebody who called his own president pick Hitler. I'm not voting for that. There's no way I'm voting for that. So anything is better than that. Anything is better than an American Hitler in my book. Anything is better than an American Hitler. And like I said, is Michelle good? I mean, Michelle, like I said, Michelle did not want to run for president as far as I know. Now, if she was a vice president, oh, it's a knockout. You know what I'm saying? If it was like Michelle Obama being the vice president, then they said like Hillary being like, wow, I mean, that would be incredible, but I don't think that's going to happen unless well, Michelle really wouldn't be doing the dirty work. I mean, when she was a first lady to Obama, let's kind of recap here, right? When Michelle was a first lady to Obama, I recall when I was still in high school, she did a lot of fitness initiatives and health initiative plans and things like that and bills. And Michelle was really the first lady. Michelle Obama was really, really into fitness. And when she was a first lady and Obama was obviously the president and her husband, I saw, the fruit of those things. We had a lot more healthier options. I was seeing a lot more school cafeterias, elementary, middle, high were offering healthier food options, and I saw the fruit. I could visibly and physically see the impact of what Michelle left behind. Michelle Obama, First Lady Michelle, left her own legacy. So for me, I feel like, well, I mean, hello, can you imagine Michelle being the vice president and then Kamala being the president? Wow, that's a knockout. But like I said, I think that Kamala, if she is officially the the nominee, um, she's gonna get so much help, guys. She's gonna get help from so many people that have went before her, that have done the dirty work, that have put in the work, that are actually that actually care about this country, actually care about the well-being of women and children in this country. And I think it's about time that they change some policy. You know what I'm saying? Like, American women, we work incredibly hard and we need to have updates to, maternity leave, paid maternity leave, across the board. These are only issues that a woman can care about, okay? And having a woman as a president for a country that is on the, it seemingly could be the decline if we don't get our act together. We desperately need it, guys. We desperately need it. So there's no objectives, there's no pitfalls, there's nothing negative that I see. If I was a man who didn't like women, I could see a lot of pitfalls, but I'm not a man who doesn't like women, so that doesn't want to see women do better, so I can't speak to that. But there is those people out there that don't want to see a woman ever in the Oval Office. And because of that, you know what I'm saying? You have to go that much harder. So I support it. I'm very happy for her if it turns out that she is the one. I don't know. I mean, I think they said the DNC is going to come up in, was it August, the convention? Because the RNC has already happened, right? So, like I said, anything is better than Trump. Like, and I'm not ashamed to say that on my channel. That's just how I feel. He's a felon. He's a dangerous, racist felon. I already told you guys in the other video that I know people personally in Florida that have worked for him and have, I've actually, one of the boutiques I used to work at when I was in high school, in my early days of college, they've seen his wives go in and out of these stores, and, you know, they're just not what they try to portray. You know what I'm saying? They're not what they try to portray, and they're a hot mess. So anything is better than that. Anything is better than racist scum that's a felon. Anything is better than that. Sexist, racist scum. Anything is better than that man. Anything. And I mean anything. Even Biden was better than him. So that's how I feel. Okay, I'm not ashamed to say that. That's how I feel. Okay, get a clue. For those who, just joined in, you know what I'm saying? This is where I stand. I'm not ashamed of it. And so I'm not expecting Hillary or Michelle to be any VP or be any kind of major, chess player. They will contribute in their own way. Okay. This has just been released today. So we still have to let things simmer and calm down and settle down. We still have to, work out some kinks here. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? We're going to see how things are going to go down, guys. But like I said, anything is better than that. Anything is better than that. So there's really nothing else to say but support, vote, right? Donate, whatever. But America is behind and we have to get back on track. We have to, especially women. Women are taking up the goblet, guys. We gotta be real with this now. Women are making the economy boom. I think Rihanna is Bahamian, Rihanna is Caribbean, but where did her business, launch first? America. We women entrepreneurs are leading the brigade. Ethnic women especially, are busting their tails, man. And it's about time that we get credit, and it's about time that there's a light shined upon how much women impact the economy, how much we uplift the economy. Our consumerism keeps things going, you know what I'm saying? And we need to reap the benefits of that, right? And so having a woman as president would, I think, hopefully, I think it would in many, maybe not in legislation, but I think in a lot of ways it would boost morale, boost profits, if you will, you know? And who would vote against that? Nobody that's smart. So, yeah, Biden did what was best for him. He served his whole life. He was Obama's VP. Now he's president, what I'm saying, until November, going into January of 2025. He's played his part. He saved us from one big blunder, which was keeping Trump out. He did his part. He tried to get things passed with student debt cancellation, student loan relief. He put in a lot of grant initiatives, which I also was able to get, and I thank Biden for that. When we had a hurricane and we had the virus outbreak and all that, my last couple of semesters, I was able to benefit. I had great grades, of course, but not just that. I applied for the grant, and they let me know that it was Joe Biden. It was a grant that Joe Biden created. And so I'm forever grateful for that. These are things that are helping, folks get ahead. And so we have to keep supporting what we are. If you're at the top of the food chain, 1 to 5%, and your morals are kind of skewed, then you do you. But the rest of America is working class. The rest of America needs a break, just like how you're bailing out Wall Street, but you're not bailing out the middle class. So anybody that's working middle class and is voting for something else, I don't know what universe you're on, but you're not, you need to get back down to earth and realize that they're not going to help you. Okay. Certain states, with these extreme, other party, initiatives, they're trying to take books out of libraries and toss real history in the trash because they're ashamed of it. We can't allow that, guys. We have to tell the truth, and we have to keep things kosher and real and current and up to date. And there's been a lot of misogyny in this country. There's been a lot of racism in this country. And we need to go back to, really, I want to say the Obama days, because when Obama was president, like I said, I had a great time. And I don't recall people being as mean or as nasty or as rude until Trump got in there. I don't recall that life, like I said, I knew a lot of conservatives, yes, Caucasian conservatives, who had nothing but good things to say about Obama, and they really revere him. They really do revere him as one of the best presidents to ever exist. to ever exist, to ever grace this nation. And so I know for a fact that Obama would give her the guide tour, some advice. And there's so many other Democrats that have fought hard and have won hard that will help her if she, of course, is the official pick. And from the likes of it, that's what they're trying to push on Fox, but that she's the only one that could have the money. So I don't know. I haven't watched the news, but when I get to read Biden's letter, I will after I get off this video. But anyway, guys, that's my opinion. That's just how I feel about it. You don't have to agree, of course, but that's just how I feel about it. But we have to. I think it's time for women to get a light shined upon their issues, because it's not, these women are not, they're not being taken care of, and we have to do better. America has to do better, not just for the typical, archetype, stereotype of what, rich is. There's other people in this country that are not just what they are, predestinated to be. America is a melting pot, and it's time that America starts acting like it. So when Obama was president, like I said, it was oh, happy days. And that's what I said to myself when I heard the news from my relative is, oh, happy days. It's a great shot at making her story again. It's a great shot at America, once again, you know, breaking chains, breaking records, making history. Like, it's a great opportunity. And I hope that America can do the right thing, So if it is Kamala, whoever else, don't write in Michelle, because Michelle was not the presidential nominee. Please don't, even though I know people love Michelle Obama, don't write her name in, because she's not the nominee, okay? If it's Kamala, you need to bubble in Kamala, okay? Whoever her VP would be. But now, my intention is, if she really is the one, the golden one, I would love to see her vice presidential pick. I'm very intrigued to see who she would consider a good running mate, because like I said, America is so far behind. We've never had a woman that's a president. We've never had a woman that's president. So it'd be interesting to see, regardless of gender, it'd just be interesting to me to see, and I'm sure there's some of you watching, who she would pick. Would she pick a Latina? Would she pick an Asian lady? Would she pick a guy from Minnesota? Like, what is she going for? What is she about? Is she gonna, I was thinking of the Kennedy guy earlier, but I don't think that's gonna be taken seriously. I don't see that happening. But being the first Black and of Asian descent woman as president is a big deal. I don't care what anyone says, it's a big deal. It's a fucking big deal. And I hope that she picks somebody that reflects her, enhances her, and is just as stunning and articulate and gracious as she is, because she, the mainstream media doesn't really show a lot of her own speeches, but when Vice President Kamala has done her own speeches, she looks incredible. She sounds incredible, and she's very quick-witted. And I know that Trump's VP is a scaredy cat. He doesn't want to debate her. He's already, they're already joking, laughing it off. But now, they're not laughing now. You know what I'm saying? If this is really what it is, then they need to put their money where their mouth is, and be prepared to face off, because this is what we got. I'm saying? Biden is out. So this is what we got, I'm saying? So I am now more focused on if this is officially official, who's that VP? That's what I want to know, because anything is better than what they got over there. But still, because think about it, guys, the vice presidential pick, if a disaster happened, if a tragedy happened, they'd be taken over for her. Just like if something happened to Biden, Kamala would be taking over for him. It's the same shit. And I think it'd be interesting to see, because that person's going to be there for 4 years. Okay, whoever that VP pick is, if she is getting that, they're going to be there for 4 years alongside her. So they have to be on point. No pressure, Kamala, but if that's what's gonna go down here, if this is how it's fixing to shape up, um, pick somebody competent, for the love of God. Pick somebody who can do I'm gonna sneeze, excuse me, guys. Pick somebody who can do their own campaigns, their own press tours. God forbid something happens to her, if this is how it's shaping up to be, guys. Um, that vice presidential pick has to be able to step in, fill in, right? If she's sick, because like when Biden was sick a couple times, legally, in actuality, Kamala like took over. Like she was like the stand-in president. So she already has experience, guys. So anyway, I'm very pleased. Um, I can't even understate or overstate how strong my gut feeling was yesterday night. It was like 3 or 2 in the, no, it was 3 in the morning. And I remember getting up and saying to myself, wow, something's really going to happen today. And I said, cause today's a full moon. I said that I wouldn't be surprised if, if he steps down today. And I told my friends this. I mean, I have proof of this. I couldn't shake the feeling. I couldn't shake it. So I'm not that surprised. I'm a little shocked for Biden that he was able to be so gracious to accept stepping down, but it don't matter now. It don't matter now. Biden is there until November. We have to hold our breath until November. We have to hope that America does the right thing. All the celebrities that, are Democrats that said, I'm not voting. I'm sick of Trump. I'm sick of Biden. Now's your chance to get back in and stand up for her. Okay. Cardi B, because Cardi B was kind of like a lot of us saying, I'm not voting for none of them. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. Well, guess what? Biden ain't our pick. No, he stepped down. So guys, please, if you are for the blue team, if you are for what's progressive and positive and prosperous, okay, they need to change their tune, because you need to get the young voters engaged and have them see what is at stake. Have them look at it, pen to paper, and see with paper, documentation papers, what is at stake. Okay, no one can afford to sit on the couch. Okay, you have to vote. So anyway, y'all, yeah, I went almost on an hour, but it was worth it. I'm reacting to another glass ceiling broken. I have seen Hillary in person. I've seen President Obama in person. Obama is so special, and America was so fucking lucky to have somebody who even gave a damn about this country enough to do it twice. Okay, and so I'm sure that I think before I got on here, I saw Bill Clinton tweet something about Kamala. So you already know that they're all rallying behind her, guys. You already know. And if she's not it, I would be, well, I'm not surprised either way, because Biden's just not the candidate. So either way it goes, I'm happy. I know who I'm voting for in November. So there's no guessing game about that. I'm not voting for the felon, so that's out the window. But I would love to see who's a VP. If it's really going to Kamala, I would love to see who that VP is. And I would love to see what they stand for, what's their background, what's their work history, what qualifies them. Unlike Trump, what actually qualifies you to hold the highest office in the land. And I think Kamala I mean, she looks gorgeous. I mean, look at her, guys. She's gorgeous. I mean, imagine that face as a first woman president. Imagine. I mean, you can't ask for anything more, really. You can't ask for anything better, in my opinion. So yeah, I think it's a new day, it's a new dawn, guys, and it's about us, you know, not being lazy and getting people out there to vote in November safely, and show them what's at risk. Project 2025, y'all. Project 2025 is a real thing. No matter how many times Trump says he don't know what it is, It's a real thing. Look it up. And we got to vote against it. We got to vote against it, y'all. So that's how I feel about it. I don't care who don't like it. If you don't like it, why you watching? You see what I'm saying? I'm telling y'all what I think, what I feel. And yeah, I'm very calm about it. I have full confidence that if people go out and vote, she'll definitely be the next president. I have no doubt about that. But if people willing to look, past skin color? Are they willing to look past gender? Are they willing to look past all that? That's the only hangups, and that just speaks to how poor in morale America is. Where America has been. We went from a high with Obama to a low with Trump, and we've been steadily trying to pedal back up, to where we were, and it's taken us a long time, and so there's no other better option, guys. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to love Kamala, but you do have to respect her. And it's you're either voting for a felon or you're voting for history and her story, if you will. And the choice is very clear. So thank you all for watching. Very happy to hear. The song that I heard in my head was "Oh Happy Day." Oh happy day, because once again America is going to be rescued from the pit of destruction once again, and we know why.